I remember at the end of the day, my dad would often ask me, "What did you learn today?" And I picked up pretty early that he wasn't just talking about what I learned in school that day, but what were the other things, other life lessons I might have learned throughout the day. And it instilled in me this idea that we are always learning, we are always growing. I even love to ask this question to Father Dwayne once in a while, who's a retired priest who lives with us. What did you learn today? But our readings for today remind us that we are ongoing, lifelong learners. So, for example, in our first reading from the book of Sirach, written 100 years before Jesus, we hear that nature can lead us to those depths of spiritual knowledge. So we heard in our first reading today from Sirach that God knows everything. God knows all things. Fast forward to the saint we celebrate today, Saint Justin Martyr, the patron saint of philosophers, who lived 100 years after the death and resurrection of Jesus. He was asking these big questions of faith and big questions about life, and so which led him to a great love for philosophy, the love of wisdom, or the study of wisdom. And this study for the big questions in life led him to eventually the Catholic faith. And so he converted to Catholicism, and he wrote what the famous apology for the Catholic faith. Not saying, "I'm sorry I'm Catholic," "I'm sorry I'm a follower of Jesus," but rather an argument for why one should rationally believe in Jesus. And he wrote this apology to the emperor, and he wrote another one to the Roman Senate, teaching them and helping them understand why they should believe. Now, this standing up for his faith and proposing this apology would eventually lead to his death. But he is a great example of someone who continued to proclaim the good news of Jesus as something rational, something that rational people would believe in. Although he studied philosophy and converted to Christianity, he kept wearing the garb that philosophers at that time would wear, teaching the world that Christianity is rational and reasonable. So today, may we, by our works and our words, proclaim to the world that Jesus is rational, but also to pay attention today to what is Jesus teaching you? What did you learn from Jesus today?